Welcome back to the channel. So we are working on the 57 today. I've been aired it up, got the back tires off. So what I want to do is get into this wheel well. There's support on the top, but nothing on this side here. So it flops around quite a bit. And also the replacement panels that I had for this car. Nice. This section here is really flat. I can see it, I can feel it. So I got to put a radius back into that, very slight radius. Then build out the inner fender. And then we can put our 15 by 5s. These are 15 by 7 with a 205/70. That's not my style. I like a 205/75/15, so that's what we're going to run on this car all the way around, like the 54. So, what I did before this, though, was we wired the gauge cluster completely. I rebuilt the steering column, so it's all brand new cancelers, bearings. It's set to the right distance that I want. And the steering wheel, the reason it's not on is I'm waiting for a horn piece to come in, the piece for the actual horn ring that'll hold the beauty ring onto the steering wheel. So as far as inside goes, it's wired as far as I want to go right now. The next step that I want to do is get this back finished off, get everything smoothed out. You can see some jagged edges there from building it. Get a coat of undercoating in there so it's got a little rubberized coating to it. I do that on all the cars. And fix that radius in the quarter panel. Today we also received in the mail a set of 56 Packard Clippered taillights. So I'm really toying with the idea of potentially seeing what those look like on this car. This is all currently set up for all the original 57 stuff, obviously cut down because of the section. But, you know, as builds progress and take forever, this has been a fairly long build, working on some other stuff here and there. My mind changes. So I wasn't going to shave the doors. I'm going to shave them now. I was going to keep everything in the back original. Now I'm thinking about making it a Packard taillight. I'm going to see if I can keep the original rear bumper. If I go that route, we'll have to see in a video what that looks like. As far as the front goes, we're going to keep the front end looking the same, shave the hood, keep the fender, keep the hood bullets. Might do a little bit of something with them. And then we got to build some custom caps for this thing, completely wire it, and keep going on it. So our next step is going to be putting some crown into this quarter panel so that we can build the inners. The other side has good shape to it, so I'm not too worried about that. It's just the driver's side. So that's what we're going to work on in this video, is some crown and some inner fender work. In case you're watching this and you don't know what a 56 Packard taillight looks like, these are them here. So they have a beautiful shape to them, reverse lens. This part's typically hidden in the bodywork. I do have a spare lens down there. This reverse lens is broken. They do remake reverse lenses. There are some pitting on them, but man, I don't care. I've been searching for these things forever. So that's what we're going to think about putting into the car. So it's a bunch of days later. We have our inner fenders all in. You can see that. I actually put the shape back into the fender and then tacked the inner fender around there. I looked at doing a structure across the front and it just wasn't going to work out. And then we also did the fender skirts, so they didn't really hold in place properly. So what I did was I clamped everything up with some vice grips and then used a hole punch and punched a couple locations with the skirt attached. So that gave me some lugs that stand out, or studs that stand out, that fit in there. And then I still used the original clamp to hold everything together. So that works out great. I did that on both sides. Right now we're just waiting for the tires to come in. We got our 15 by 5s, just black. You're not going to see them. They're going to get dirty, so black's perfect color for it. And then I can put all this back together. But while I'm waiting on that, I started wiring the car. So I've got my headlight wires, marker lights, all that run. I haven't run anything to the back because the interior of the car is full of trim. But all of the, I have 6 pots, and they're all 56, except for this one. So 56s have a long piece on top. I don't know if you can see it here. We're going to take this one out in a second, but it's got this long piece up here that interferes with the headlight bucket trim, or the final trim on the car. So it needs these 3 to hold the sides and the bottom, but the back of this is crappy. So I'm going to cut out the back of the other one. Well, I'm going to weigh the options. I'm going to cut the back out, or I'm going to use this one and cut those brackets off and tack weld them onto this one, and then I'll have to make 3 more to do for the passenger side, because all of they all have that long piece on top. Even this one, that's wrong. That's not going to work. This one here, missing the top piece. This might be a 55, I don't know, but it's still got that bottom piece there. There's another one in the car too. So I've got all new trim rings, all the beam alignment screws and plastics. So I'll get all that figured out too. But the column, so you can see my wires everywhere. Our column is done. We got our turn signals in. Everything's rebuilt on that. I just left myself some length on all my connections here. Everything's gonna be cleaned up. Just got to figure all that out still. But you know, the back is full of junk. Over there is all the trim. So I'm just gonna mess around with these headlight buckets to get those set up so I can terminate the connections there. I do have to get another grill bar. I only have one of these housings, so I got to get another one for over here. But I've got all the wires run there, so it's coming along. Just little things like this that eat up time. So let's get on to it. Okay, so what I decided to do is, because the outside had some rust where I wanted it, and the other part had some rust where I wanted it. So this was the old one. You can see how crappy that is. This is the new one. Fits the new gasket really nicely. So cut the back off the 57 one. Oh, look at that. Slides right in. So we'll tack that and weld that up and make sure that the wire is at the top. So it'll be like that. We'll get that welded up and ready to rock. So this one's the stock one. What I did was cut the tabs So I'm gonna go ahead, put these in the car. I gotta put the little grommets on the back first. And I don't have any headlights yet, but I'll run the wires through and get them ready to terminate them into the harness. Alright, those are in. We've got our screws, they're held in nice. So my next step will be, we got to put the headlight holding buckets with the adjusters and everything on them. Those have to go in. All the rings and everything up there need to go in. So I'll pick up a set of headlights and get that sorted. I'm not going with anything crazy. I'm just going with an OG glass sealed unit. I'm not going to go with any of the halogen or H4 swap stuff. So I'll pick those up, and then the next video we'll rebuild the headlight pots. Super boring, but might be fun. It won't, but whatever. So, you know, she's coming along. I can't wait to get the back end back together. The internet shows me that tomorrow or Wednesday the tires are going to come, so I'll get those balanced. But this weekend I'm heading off to Relics Riot with the guys. My oldest son's going to tag along. He's been in here. I haven't been filming a ton because my son's been out here. He wanted to learn how to build cars, so I'd rather put time into that than recording all the small details that we're doing. But no, we'll get to the fun stuff soon. Once I get the tires on, we'll spin the car around. I'll finish off wiring this front. It won't take long. I got 2 sensors under the hood to do. The generator light for this car, I'm just going to have that so when the compressor turns on, it turns on. So I know when that's running. It's all been completely rewired. He helped me put it in and helped me work on the steering column. So it's awesome to have that. That's how I did it with my dad too. So keep following along, guys. I know this one wasn't a super exciting one, but you know, not all parts of building a car is exciting. So keep following along. Thanks, guys. Bye.